Hi, Diva. Welcome to a special edition of the Diva discussion. I'm your host, Savannah Below, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Serena Epperson.
Hi.
And we are joined today by Morgan. Welcome to the Diva discussion.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to have you here. We've yapped so much about wrestling and it needed to happen. It needed to happen.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So I know you went to WrestleMania and you went to WWE World and everything. So first of all, let's just talk about your whole experience, about everything that you did and just talk about it.
Yeah, so I went to WWE World on Saturday of WrestleMania weekend, and it was insane. Just like walking in, it was so crazy. Like the Las Vegas Convention Center is massive for starters, so it was like just an experience in and of itself. But like you get there and everything is like wrestling, and every like Rhea and Tiffany and Chelsea, like it's just everywhere. Like it's overwhelming in the best way, but the exhibits were so fun. Like when you walked in, they had all of these big, like old WrestleMania signs from like stages and stuff. Like when you walked in, that were really awesome. They had a whole Triple H experience that was really cool, celebrating like 30 years of the game. I did meet Braun and Maxine, which was
Oh.
really fun. The like meet and greet situation is crazy because it's just like off in a corner and they're all like lined up. So I also saw like EO, but I like didn't meet her
Oh.
obviously, but like you could just see little tiny EO off to the side.
I love Io. I
Yeah,
love
it was
her.
like so cool, but meeting Braun was literally insane.
Mhm.
I um I met Maxine first and she was so sweet. I had on the shirt I made that said Hot Girls Love Pro Wrestling. And she was like, first of all, love your shirt. And I was like, thank you. And she was just they rush you so much though. So it's
Yeah.
like you only have like 20 seconds to like say something. But she was so cute and so sweet. But meeting Braun was like I was originally gonna meet Dom. So I had tickets to go to WrestleMania or WWE World on Monday
Mhm.
and I was gonna meet Dom. I love Dom. Like it was just like I wanted to meet somebody, and that was kind of like the only person on Monday who I was like willing to spend money on.
Mhm.
And then our plans changed, and I went to WWE World on Saturday too. So the cool thing, honestly, about the platform that you book on, it lets you exchange them if you want. So like if other people like get more openings or like if your plans do change, like you can just exchange what you paid and like do what you want, which I thought was great because my plans did change. So um anyway, meeting Braun, he is ginormous and I my brother's 6'5", and so I'm like used to having like a tall person around, but Braun is 6'8".
Oh my God.
And so I like kind of was in the middle of the line. So I was watching how he was interacting with other people because I didn't want to like be weird and like
Yeah.
shake his hand if he was like hugging people or like the opposite. So I walk up and I gave him a friendship bracelet and I just said, well, he was just shaking people's hands, like everyone, men, women, kids, like he was fist bumping, shaking hands. So I walked up to him, he shook my hand and he was like, thanks for coming out. And I said, I made you a friendship bracelet. And he said, oh, thank you so much. And I said, and it has your dog's names on it. And I made it say Bella Heart Pepper. And he literally looked at it and went, oh my God, thank you so much. And he gave me a huge hug. And it was
Oh.
like insane.
Oh.
But he was so sweet. And I like, I've always thought Braun is so sweet, just the way that he like posts on social media and stuff. I'm like, how am I supposed to be afraid of you? But
Yeah, literally.
yeah, I'm like, well,
Seems
that
like a
was the
big teddy bear.
last time to be seen. So
Yeah, with yeah, all I feel like recently like WWE just like doesn't care about release like anyone and just releases whoever. And it's just especially recently, like with our truth and everything. And I feel like when Braun Strowman, like when he was released with like everyone else in that whole group, it kind of just more like insane people got released, like our truth and then Valhalla, is that how you pronounce her name?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
and it's just
Carlito.
crazy. Yeah, and Carlito, and then now there's like rumors that Gunther is gonna get released. I don't see that happening, but now there's like rumors of like Miz also getting released and stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh my God.
That would be crazy. Miz is actually like, I think I told you this on a live when I told my
Mhm.
brother I was coming on here. He's like, you have to tell your story of like wrestling because I hated
Oh,
wrestling when I was a
yes.
kid. I used to make fun of my brother mercilessly. Like he didn't even have like action figures as a kid because he knew I would make fun of him. Like I was mean. And so I like always made fun of him, but I thought the Miz was so hot. So like 20 like 2008, 2010 probably era Miz was like my that was what I knew about wrestling was like the Miz was hot and John Cena was champ. Like that was what I knew. And so I hated wrestling, hated all of it. And then but I loved the Miz. So whenever my brother had wrestling on, I was like, when's the Miz coming out? And I'm like I look back and I'm like, Miz is cute, but I was like obsessed for no reason.
Wait, Savannah, that's like Meg.
Mhm.
We have she has a friend named Meg and that she doesn't watch wrestling and that's the only person who she really knows is the Miz.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was obsessed with Miz, which I think is funny because Rhea also, I mean, Rhea liked the Miz because of his wrestling, but I just am like, that's in hindsight, especially watching like Total Bellas and Total Divas and stuff, I'm like, Miz was like such a menace to society.
Mhm.
He really was. He really was.
And I know you brought up of what you saw when you started watching wrestling in the first place.
Mhm.
So kind of similar. Do you have like a current slash all-time favorites, like a Mount Rushmore of who you like?
Yeah.
Personally?
Yeah, so I really have only started watching wrestling really like I always knew enough of like what was going on kind of like after that. Like when I would tease my brother, I kind of like knew enough. But kind of all time like of what I've learned over the last few years, obviously I love Rhea is my number one. But I also genuinely love Naya, which I love Naya like kind of a lot as a person. Watching Divas made me fall in love with Naya. But I also do think she's a great wrestler. I think she has improved a lot over the last few years, and I do really like her. Rey Mysterio is in my top for sure. I love Rey. Um, and then another guy, that's so hard. I love so many, but I'd have to probably go Jay, honestly.
Ah,
I
yes. That's a good.
I love Jay Uso and my
I
brother
love him.
my
He's
brother
my
is
favorite.
so
He's my
over
all-time favorite.
my brother is so over the yeet. We were watching Raw here yesterday and he was just like, we're done with this. And I'm like, no, we're not.
Mm,
Let the
mm-mm.
heat man
Never can
heat.
be tired of it. Never
Let
can
the
be
heat
tired
man
of it.
heat. I know.
Wait,
So that's
wait.
probably like, yeah, like top four, Rhea, Naya,
Mhm.
Ray, and Jay.
Okay.
I know
Wait.
you posted something the other day. I think it was about all your Rhea shirts.
Yeah.
Your full Rhea shirts.
I
That's
have I have problems. It's I literally was doing my laundry yesterday, hanging up my shirts, and I'm like, I literally just wore Rhea Ripley shirts this week. Like, what is
that's
going
fair.
on?
That's fair. Hot Topic continues getting in new Rhea shirts, and I've just continue buying them. So it's a problem.
I
And whenever
just
I
bought
go to
the
Hot Topic and I see them, I text her and be like, "Hey, do you want this?"
I have a
One of
hot
her Rhea shirts
topic.
is currently sitting downstairs.
Yeah, I just ordered the one that has the front and the back. I have
That's
the
the
one
one I
that's
got her.
the face. I just barely got that one a couple weeks ago. I actually
Mhm.
found it in store, which was exciting.
Yeah.
But I ordered the other one and it should be here in a few days. But I'm like, I have got to be stopped. I also just ordered a Rhea Ripley blanket. I
Oh,
was
I
like,
love.
Memorial Day, me could not be stopped.
For real. No, when we saw her at Raw when we went last time, I was wearing the Terror Twins shirt from Hot Topic. She said, "Where'd you get that?"
Where'd you get that?
Hot
That's
Topic.
amazing.
Yeah.
That was also insane. Like we were fully expecting her to already be in the arena, and all of a sudden she just pulls in her car and she gives us her little wave, and we're like, "What?"
Melted. The arena where they do shows here doesn't have like a spot like where they enter, they like go down really far. And so
Mhm.
there's never like a chance to like catch them outside the arena because they drive down this huge, like very steep like
Yeah.
incline thing. Like it would be a huge pain for them to have to like walk up if they wanted to talk to people. But I know I've seen people who like post clips of them like waving from down there, but like it's very private where they enter at the arena in Salt Lake.
Yeah. With Um, it was at the KFC Center in Louisville, Kentucky. It was a really good spot. Like we were prepared to like walk around the whole arena to figure out where this place was.
Yeah,
But literally we walked out of the garage, we passed by the production trucks, and then it was there. And we were like,
that's amazing.
that was easy.
Yeah, the trucks park like at the street level and they're like all in the road and you can stop and take pictures and stuff. They didn't have the Rhea truck out on the street, which was annoying, but whatever.
They're like,
But
we know so many people are gonna be taking pictures with this. We gotta hide
yeah,
it.
yeah, I hate living in Utah because there's like nothing close to here that gets shows. Like on the East Coast, like you can have like 5 or 6 different states within a couple hours of you. Like the next closest that Raw or SmackDown is coming is Phoenix, and that's like an 8 hour drive for me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So Vegas is like really the closest to me that like does anything, and it's still like 6.5 hours away. But like
That's crazy.
I was looking online because I just was up in Boise this weekend visiting a friend, and like WWE hasn't been to Boise since like 2007 or something like that.
That's
So
crazy.
there's like nothing around here. Like Denver is like 12 hours away. Like it's so far. It's like
Yeah.
I just hope that they bring a show here again because last year they came twice. It was 2 SmackDowns, and we saw The Rock return in February of last year,
God.
which was insane. And then in November, it was when CM Punk and Paul Heyman returned. And they
Uh,
did a double taping because it was around Thanksgiving. And so they filmed the next week's show. And so we saw Rhea twice. It was when she came out in black mask.
mhm.
And it was when Jade Cargill got injured and or got attacked. We always joke, my brother and I, because he was out smoking when that segment happened. And so my brother has always been like, I'm the one. I'm the one who attacked Jade. It wasn't Naomi, it wasn't Bianca, it was me. I'm like,
That's
oh my
funny. That's so funny. Yeah,
God. So
we're going to SmackDown next week.
amazing.
So I'm very, very excited. We find out some of the matches this week, and I'm
Mhm.
fiending for
Find out
Tiffy.
if
It'll be after Money in the
Fiending for
Bank.
LA and Tiffy. Fiending for LA and Tiffy.
I'm feeling for Damian Priest.
Oh
If there,
yeah,
if
Damien
there's
for her.
They do a bunch of Wheatley meet and greets around here, and if there is one with Damian Priest,
We should be they should be announcing that soon.
Yeah.
yeah, bro. If it's
Because they
Damian
just
Priest,
announced Dom for like next Monday, I think. So
we we met Dom from
Yeah,
one of the meet and greets.
that one was so rushed.
Very.
It
uh,
was so rushed, and they didn't fully like explain the rules or whatever. Like they didn't explain it very clearly, like it was kind of confusing. But so he was only signing the Wheatley bottles for
uh,
people 21 and up. But if you weren't 21 and up, you can bring like a shirt or something to sign.
yeah.
But I didn't fully realize that because I was like, I don't want to buy a huge
Yeah.
bottle of Wheatley vodka when we are an hour and a half away from home, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It's just gonna sit in my car.
It's so that's such like an awkward thing to sign too. Like for
Yeah.
Cody, I get it. Like he's like their guy, but like I know Chelsea did the same thing at WrestleMania and I was gonna try to go, but I knew it was gonna be crazy. And from the clips I saw online, it was just wild. And it was like you had 2 seconds with her. And it's like at that point, I'm not waiting in line for 5 hours.
Hmm.
We got there at 5:30 a.m.
Oh my
It
God.
was wild.
It made it so long. I mean, we were like fifth in line, so
Yeah.
I would do it for Rhea. I would do it for
I
Rhea.
would too. If it's Damien or LA, I'm there too because I love
Yeah. If it's Cody, it's gonna be over.
Cody. It's over. No chance. No chance.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I have my Damien and my LA ones back here. I have Rhea in the middle. Like my,
I am hoping it's LA. Tiffy,
That'd be so awesome.
I don't see it being Tiffy.
especially if he has the briefcase. It may be LA.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Especially, ugh,
I know
I feel like
Penta was just this past Monday for cricket.
Mhm.
Um, but normally, yeah, I want
For
LA.
us around here, it's Wheatley because Wheatley like is their like headquarters is around here.
Yeah, it's in
It's in
yeah,
Lexington.
it was in Louisville, so I thought they were gonna do like something huge
Yeah.
for our Raw because that
Mhm.
was Wheatley's headquarters. But it was still dumb, but we still had fun and it was
It
great
was
meeting him.
fun. He told me to change my shirt.
Yeah.
He told me I need to get a new shirt. Well,
Yeah.
I got his shirt now. So,
I know. I bought the Daddy Dom shirt when I was like planning on meeting Dom. I originally hated that shirt for some reason. My tune with Dom and Liv changed a lot once that feud was over. My brother and I talked about this yesterday too. Like, I was just so over Rhea and Liv that I was like, just like, I'm just kind of done. But now that it's like, that's hopefully, I mean, we saw what happened to Doom. I'm like, I swear, if
Oh
they
my
come back
God.
one more time, I'm gonna. It would still be better than what just happened to Saturday night's main event, though.
Oh
This
yeah.
last Saturday night's main event was terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am big on Live Dom now. Now that Rhea's not involved and like these are two separate stories and I can like both of them.
mhm.
Yeah. See, yeah, that's kind of because I just started watching WWE like around August-ish when Savannah went to SummerSlam. And then yeah, the first PLE I watched was Bash in Berlin. That's what it was. Yeah. Um
It's
and
one of
so
my
yeah, I
favorites.
was even I did not like Liv at all. Still like iffy about her, but also she's been growing on me a lot since, that whole feud is over and everything.
One
But
thing about Liv for me, her gear always eats. Liv always looks 10 out of 10.
Mhm.
Even in the depths of my like, please get Liv off my screen, I would always say her gear is amazing. But
yeah, she
we're done.
looks good, but
Yes, and also last night did you see her head get
yeah,
split
she
open?
got cut.
Esty did not even have
I
a
don't
knife.
know how that even happened. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Like I know EO like went in there, but I
I
just
think
don't know
she hit
how.
her with the title.
Oh, I think she did. Yeah.
I think it might have just hit her like right in the right spot. And I know she got split open in that same area not too long ago. So it's
Oh
like maybe
gosh.
it wasn't healed all the way. Like Drew did you see a few weeks ago his skull got like ripped back open again?
No.
When it was the Hell in a Cell, I think that was a Bash in Berlin of Punk and Drew. He got hit in the head with a toolbox and his whole head
Oh
split
yeah, yeah,
open
yeah.
and
At
he had all
Bad
those
Blood. Yeah, yeah,
staples.
yeah.
Well, he had a match, I think it was with Priest, and
Oh yeah, the
he
steel cage match. Yeah.
yeah, and he posted afterwards that it like ripped open a little bit again.
Oh my
That
God.
was like 9 months ago, and it's not like, and your head heals fast, so it's like that had to have been friggin'
That's
insane.
crazy. That's so crazy.
But Liv's always hurt. Liv always has great gear, and Liv's always bleeding or bruised.
Yeah. Um, so Money in Bank is this weekend. What are some of your predictions? 'Cause
I
also last night we crashed out over
crap.
the men's Money in the Bank match,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
qualifying match.
yeah.
We crashed out.
So starting men's, I really do think LA Knight. I would love it.
Mhm.
Um, I think it makes the most sense storyline wise. Like, I don't know, having Solo and Jacob Fatu in it is weird. Like, I don't know. That whole because Jacob Fatu is in the match, right? I'm not making that up.
I know it's Andrade.
Oh, Andrade, yes.
Yeah.
So, okay, it's Penta Andrade.
LA Knight, El Grande,
Oh yeah, El Grande.
Solo.
Yeah, I feel like having El Grande in there was like I don't like that. Oh, it's Seth. That's who I'm
Oh
missing.
yeah, Seth. There we go.
Like we're missing somebody. No, I feel like Solo, I don't know. They've done him so dirty. Like they just keep bringing in people who just make Solo not look good. Like they brought in Fatu and now they have JC and it's like they just are making Jacob Fatu look like not a good wrestler and or Solo not I don't know if I said Solo or Fatu, but anyway.
Good.
So LA Knight for the men's for sure. I
Yeah.
do think Seth is gonna win. I like just the way that that whole story is being booked right now. I do think Seth will win, but would love for LA Knight to win. I want El Grande Americano to like spend 2 seconds in the match and then leave. I was talking to
I think that Penta's gonna unmask him.
the
Please.
boots last night pissed me off.
Literally, yeah, it said CG on it.
And Chad Gable posted about it and was like, I had to let my homie borrow my boots because his got lost. It's like, bro, I was messaging with
Um,
Emma last night on it as well, and I was like, it's so like, it's disrespectful, honestly. Like, if they would have just had like one episode, like that first, he comes back, he has the mask, and is like, oh, I was in Mexico, and now I'm a lucha, and then like American Made is like, no, you're not, like, stop, and he's like, you're right, like that would have been fine. Like they could have made it funny for like an episode or two, but dragging it on and having merch and like all of that, it's like,
literally having him win at WrestleMania.
that was crazy. That was crazy. But yeah, I think I would love LA Knight to win. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
But I do think they'll push it for Seth.
Yeah, I think LA's gonna win. I really hope because I think either Punk or Roman is gonna
Mhm.
cost Seth. Um, yeah. And I
I'd
think
love for Roman to compete.
Penta
Yeah.
and El Grande are gonna be focusing on each other. And I think
Yeah.
Penta is gonna unmask El Grande. I hope he does.
Yeah.
I hope he
Yeah. And
does. So we can get over this stupid storyline with El Grande Americano.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm sick of him. I'm sick of him.
Yeah, I'd love for that to happen for sure. The unmask, just so we can like be done with it. Like I
Yeah.
would love for Penta to unmask him for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah. For the women's, I think Naomi is gonna win. I really want Naomi.
In my heart of hearts, I want her to win so bad too. I love Naomi. I I loved Naomi like when I started watching wrestling. I thought she was great, and then I loved when she teamed up with Bianca. Loved them together. Then I just watched Total Divas for the first time over the last few months, and my girl Trin, I she
Mhm.
is literally just like one
She's
of the
so
funniest.
funny.
Her social media is her Twitter
Her
makes
Twitter's so
my
funny. I love
life.
her Twitter.
I loved I love that she's always tweeting about Big Jim. She posted last week a selfie of her and she said, Big Jim, do not proceed with caution. And I was like, oh my gosh.
It's so funny.
And she replied to somebody said, go give Big Jim some soup. He needs it after that match, after one of his matches a few weeks ago. And she's like, he's gonna get a lot more than soup. I'm like, oh my gosh. Naomi.
Oh my
So
God.
in my heart, I would love for Naomi to win 1,000%, but I think it's either gonna be Roxanne or Rhea. I feel like Rhea makes the most sense. Like I'm so
Need mommy in the bank.
it feels so weird. Like the women, like they have three veterans, two like veterans, Alexa and Naomi, and then the
Mhm.
three call-ups. It's like this is such
Yeah.
a weird like. There's no stories like
I
with.
can honestly like if you really think about it and I look at every single one, you can make like a
Mhm.
storyline. Like you can make it make sense with each one of them.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's crazy.
it's I like the women that they had in it. I would have loved to have seen Liv, honestly, kind of over. Like I do love Stephanie 1,000%. I
Mhm.
just felt like it was a little too predictable that all three of the call-ups got like won their match.
Yeah.
Um
I feel like instead of
and
Julia, Charlotte maybe.
yeah, I do think it's I mean, I
But
am
I do
not
love Julia.
personally a big Charlotte fan, but I do think it's interesting that she's not in any of this, especially because she is feuding so hard with Tiffy. It's like
Hmm.
it's interesting that they weren't like, okay, well, here's your chance. So
Yeah.
um I do think it'll be Rhea. I think that they're gonna add that to her list of all the things. Obviously, she's won the Rumble, she's been women's champion. I think that they're saying it's time for her to add money in the bank.
I
I'm
think it's her
excited.
first and it's her first ladder match too. So
Yeah, I'm saving that money to buy the custom briefcase.
Yep. Yep.
I already got one of them. I gotta get my other one.
Do you have the Tiffany one?
I do. I do have
I
it.
saw the Tiffany one. They had it at WWE World. They had her actual one. They had this like little experience with tops where you they did this like had just a couple like memorabilia things that were like the authentic. They had like Mankind's shirt. They had a Rey Mysterio mask, like stuff like that. But they had the briefcase, which was really cool. It was all dinged up. There was makeup all over it. It was like it was so cool. But yeah, it was like it was so cool to see like the actual thing in real life because had obviously never seen one before, but
Hmm.
I wanted to buy the white one last year when Tiffy cashed in. I was like, I want to buy this. And then they immediately were out of stock. And so now I'm like, I'm saving for Mommy in the Bank.
Mhm. Yeah, I would love for Naomi to win, but also Roxanne and Rhea would be good too.
The Naomi briefcase would be so dope.
Oh
Like the
my gosh,
purple,
the
like
Priscilla caution.
purple
Yes.
caution. Yeah, that would, I mean, honestly, any of the girls could have a freaking dope briefcase. Alexa would have a really beautiful one.
Oh, hmm.
Stephanie's would be amazing, but I'm just banking on that purple Mommy in the Bank.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good, and it needs to happen. I think, yeah, I do agree that I can see them just go ahead and pulling the trigger and be like, look,
Yeah.
there you go. And I'm really excited to see what, like, just all of them just go at it. And I'm so excited to see Stephanie and Rhea in a match together, in a ladder match together. It's gonna be
Yes,
so good.
yes,
It's
yes.
gonna be so good.
The gear in that match is going to be insane because
Yeah.
they
She's making new
all
gear
of those
for it.
girls always have insane gear. Like all of
Yeah.
them do. They
I love
all
Roxanne's gear. I always love Roxanne's gear.
I love
I'm a
Naomi's
huge
gear.
Roxy girl. I'm a huge Roxy girl.
I love her a lot too. I'm excited that all those girls got called up for sure. I think Jordan's next. I think she'll get called up to SmackDown either this week or right after Money in the Bank.
Mhm.
But I do think that it's interesting that they never did a lot with Jordan on NXT. They
Yeah.
like made a huge deal about it when she was still in TNA and came to the Rumble. And then they just like have done virtually nothing with her on NXT. She's not had a title, like she hasn't really had any like big feuds. I don't watch NXT super consistently, but I keep up with it online pretty much or
Yeah.
pretty consistently. But yeah, I feel like they missed a lot of opportunities with Jordan and they gave like all of it. I mean, not that it was a bad thing, but like Stephanie really got like a huge push when they could have like spread it out across all of those girls, I think. But
Yeah, I do love Stephanie, and I love everything that she does in NXT. We watch NXT every week. I love NXT. Um, I do feel like giving the title to JC Jane is just wild to me.
yeah,
I feel
that
like
was especially because Jordan had it like the week before, like
mm,
had the title match. It's like that.
I feel like they should have just dropped it to
It
Jordan.
was
Have Jordan do a like a month run with it, maybe. And then because they don't do super long reigns on
yeah,
NXT,
yeah,
like just have somebody else, maybe like Carmen take it off of her, or
yeah. Well,
have just
especially because like
anybody else.
thinking about like all of like the main roster girls all had the NXT title at some point. Like
Mm,
Liv, Rhea, I mean even like old like Paige, like all of like the like that's like a huge part of like people's accolades is like oh they were also champ in NXT and so it's like it's just interesting that they just brought Jordan in and like it was so exciting at the beginning and like honestly Jordan being brought into NXT was kind of like what got me really excited about NXT
mhm.
like a year and a half ago or whenever she was brought in but I they just didn't push her in the way that I was hoping and so I was like oh well that's disappointing but hopefully if she is called up they push her a lot better. I would love like her like a feud with her Charlotte and Tiffany I think would be I don't
That would
know
be
I'm
good.
the
Yeah.
SmackDown feud is like all the blonde girls, and then the Raw feud is it's like Stephanie, Roxanne, Rhea, Io, like all our little brunette cuties.
Yeah. I yeah, I do hope that Jordan is the one to take it from JC Jane before she does get called up. Because I do feel like she has a little bit more time in NXT. Um, so yeah, Jordan needs to take that. Save us from JC Jane, I fear. I'm so sorry. I was so angry when JC Jane won. We crashed out. It was so bad. But then literally not even a week later, they announced that Stephanie was on the main roster. I was like, okay, I'm good now.
I'm good. Everything's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so you do make some wrestling content as well. For
Mhm.
people who don't really know or haven't are not familiar with your content, do you want to kind of explain a little bit about it?
Yeah. So I'm not. as active as I'd like to be. I'm kind of like getting back into a good routine now. I do post some stuff on Instagram, mostly like trendy audio type stuff. But have some like ideas of other stuff I want to start posting of like tops, cards, like kind of collection of that type of stuff. And like
I love Topps cards.
me
I
too.
love Topps cards. I'm obsessed. We're all three of us. We're addicted to Slam.
Yeah, I'm addicted to Slam. I like beg my brother to play it with me and he won't. Um so obsessed, but yeah, I kind of have some ideas on that. I also would love to like I have like a good collection of books from wrestlers that I want to like jump into and like maybe do like a book club type thing as an idea I've kind of had
Oh, that would be
recently.
fun.
So that's kind of what I have like ideas wise for Instagram and TikTok because I'm on both Instagram and TikTok posting
Hmm.
content. So and Twitter.
There you go. Um, I do think that's all the time we have. Speaking of like your socials, do you want to go ahead and plug them?
Yeah, all my Twitter, my TikTok, and my Instagram are all this is Morg's brutality.
Makes sense.
So you can find me there and I'll be yapping about Rhea anytime you want.
Yapping about Rhea. That's the only thing we yap about around here.
Yes.
Bye, divas.
Hey, Divas.
Bye guys, thanks.